Mischief. 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 Mischief.
Hey friends, we are here today, Greg and myself, Pastor Shannon, with Becky. Becky is one of our newest lay leaders here at Trinity UMC, and we have just been making some treats in the kitchen. We're going to go deliver those to teachers afterwards. Tell us a little bit about the recipe, like what you remember about this recipe.
This is a recipe that one of my good friends' moms always made during school for all the school parties. And it's just the basic chocolate, oatmeal, peanut butter, no bake cookies, but it's something that we made today pretty quick.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I've had these before. They're excellent. We are looking during the season of Lent at meals that we share together. And this is a little bit different because we're making something for someone else. And we spent some time in the kitchen together. We're also looking at the feasts of the Bible. And this week we're looking at the feast of the first fruits. So this is one of the harvest feasts where after they have the very first harvest, they have this celebration of the first fruits and they bring those as a celebration to God for the gratitude and giving thanks. What are some ways that food is gratitude for you, or in what ways do you see an embodiment of gratitude when we're cooking or in the kitchen?
Well, I just think we need to be grateful for what we have and share it with others. And then I think in the church kitchen that we have teamwork and we have love and it gives us a sense of purpose if we're working together for a common goal.
Yeah.
And so that, I think we have gratitude anytime we're in here together.
Yeah. One thing that I love about Trinity, a lot of churches have gone away from Wednesday night suppers. Or if they do have them, it's someone caters it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are actually really good ways to fellowship as well. But I love how we gather together regularly on Wednesday, and there is something in this space that we're sitting in that you can't get anywhere else. Like we've gathered at restaurants before as a church, and it's not the same. We've had food in the lobby after a worship service at night or something like that. It's not the same. Something about being together in this space. Did you grow up in a tradition like that? I know I didn't give you this question ahead of time, but did you grow up in a tradition where there was Wednesday night suppers, and what did that
I did.
mean?
Well, not really, but not till I was an adult.
Okay.
But I do feel like people consider this like a sacred space.
Yeah.
When we're together, right now it's just a gym or, a family life center kind of room. But when we're all in here together and we're communing, I feel like it's a sacred space.
Yeah. Leviticus 23 is the area of the Bible that talks about the festival, the feast of the first fruits. And it's all about bringing your best. We often think about bringing our best. We bring our tithe, or we'll dress up on Sunday mornings, or we give more of our time back to God. But what are ways that we can bring our best either in the food that we prepare or in coming together in a meal?
Like the things that we made today, we purchased the things that we made this special. It's not something, we've got this leftover, we'll give it to the teachers. So I feel like we're giving them something that's special for them. So it's kind of a first fruits kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you have how is it, Greg, that you can be honored? If I was going to give you some food, what would you feel like, oh, Shannon brought her best?
When Shannon brings her best, like, I don't know, like maybe ordering Rubens for Ryan's episode.
Rubens, yeah, the Rubens were very, very good.
No, I would say, I think it's, for me, it's like with a lot of things. It comes with, it's kindness and effort. If somebody's putting the time and effort into something to show their kindness, and they're like, they're inviting you into their space to prepare something for you. That to me is what warrants gratitude in that moment, because then it's like synergistic.
Yeah. So it could be store bought, but they've put the kindness and
You
the
put the
time
kindness
into
and the
yeah.
time. It's not about whether you went into your garden and then you slaughtered the pig yourself. It's not about all of that. It's about like, even if you make me box mac and cheese, like your best isn't what you're giving me, it's what you are doing for me, your attitude,
Yeah.
your love, your kindness, your aura,
The heart in it.
Yeah.
the heart that's in it.
There's the story of the Butterball hotline and how when that first came out, they had the hotline so people could call and ask questions about is their turkey, how to cook it, all those things. And they got a call one day and said, "Well, how long is my turkey good for?" And they were like, "Well, if you cook it at this temperature for this many minutes per pound, it should be good." They were like, "Oh, no, no, no. Like, it's been in my freezer for a while. How do I know if it's still good?" And they were like, "Well, how long has it been there?" And they said, 10 years. And the person on the other line was like, "I'm going to have to go ask someone. I'm not really sure that it is." And they go, "Okay, well, never mind. I'll just donate it to the church." And we often think that whatever we have left over goes to God instead of what we have to start with goes to God. And I think that's the celebration of the first fruits is that all of it's God's. So giving God the first fruit is the way to honor God and show gratitude to all that God does in our lives.
Give your leftovers back to God's earth, maybe.
Yeah,
And your 10-year-old
If it's
turkey.
been in
Your
the
yeah.
turkey that's been in the freezer for 10 years.
Right.
We were just talking about that, how I'm really, really finicky about food stuff. And like, I'd be like, you know what? Let's just bury it.
Yeah.
And give it back to the earth, and God will reabsorb it eventually.
It says a lot about our stewardship of food.
Yeah.
I have some family members that their pantry and freezer is always stocked, not because they feel like doomsday's coming and not for any specific reason, but they have a fear of doing without. And if they always have it full, then in the times when things are lean, they're going to be okay. They're almost hoarders of food. I'm mindful of that. Becky, what are some of your connections between like food and faith? Where have you seen those connections in your past?
One thing that I think I like to do with food is for a bereavement meal because I feel like if a family's lost a loved one, I can't take the hurt away, but I can help fill their bellies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've had family members that pass away, and just when you come in and your church has made a meal for you,
Yeah.
it's just a feeling, like they really love us. They really care.
Yeah.
And that's something that,
One less thing in your brain that you have to think about.
So that's always something I thought that really shows people you care and that God loves them and you love them. And
Yeah.
or if they're really going through anything, people have a new baby and you take them dinner and they're like, "Oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
We hadn't slept in days."
Yeah, so good. There's so many connections in the Bible about food and faith, not just in feasts.
Mhm.
There's a story, and we did something sweet today, so it reminds me of the taste and see that the Lord is good. There, when Jewish children are learning their faith, there is a tradition. Not they don't do this anymore, but there was a tradition of that scripture being written on one of the slabs, etched, ingrained in one of the slabs, and the rabbi would pour honey on it, and they would lick that off because they wanted them to literally taste and see that the Lord is good. There are a lot of connections with food in the Bible, starting with the Garden of Eden all the way through the end. How can we pass on? We were talking about this particular recipe and it reminded you of childhood. How can we pass on these traditions of food and eating and our traditions of generosity, of making food for people when a loved one dies or a baby is born? can we pass that on and make sure that keeps going in future generations?
I think we need to work with the younger generations and kind of model the generosity and model what we do. And because, like, and for example, in my family, my daughter's on my cook team because she grew up and we always cooked for people and did things. And so it's just, a natural thing for her to help.
Yeah.
I think that it started with the millennials and has moved on downward. And I think it gets more intense with each younger generation, but it started with my generation where we don't respond well to learning by like tradition. Like we prioritize autonomy rather than tradition. Predominantly, not everybody, obviously, but a lot of us do, especially like my generation, but even more so my son's. Like, he's 12 years old, so he's living in the space of every tradition is being challenged.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now my husband's family tradition, they also show love through food, but it's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Ukrainian family. It's love through specific food that means something and has tradition, which is a lot like some of our biblical feasts.
You find that a lot of North food in general.
Yeah.
You're right. It's more like specific meanings and symbols attached.
Well, and I call them food pushers. Like, are you going to eat that? You need to eat that. Well, I can go get something. Can I go get something for you? Well, I can just run up to the store real quick, and it's just right. Wegmans is up the store. I'm going to go get it. So we were in the kitchen. The kitchen on Wednesday nights and at any party I've been to at someone's house is always like the hub of the community. You're on a cooking team. What does Wednesday look like before everyone gets here?
It's actually not too bad.
Not too bad.
Like I said, Cassidy, my daughter, usually helps, and the two of us normally have most of the meal together by the time people get here. Okay. And then the other people on my team will bring parts of it, or they will, bring dessert or something. But she and I, we've done so much together that she knows what I want before I ask for it.
Okay.
So we're a good team to get things done like that.
Are there conversations that happen in the kitchen that probably wouldn't happen in other places?
Probably.
And is it true that what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen?
Oh, yes.
What's said in the okay?
Yes.
Good to know. Good to know. Typically, that first harvest is about how God has blessed us. And I see that there are a lot of ways that holy mischief and food and feasts can kind of all go together. What are a few ideas that you might have to do acts of holy mischief with food?
We could just go into a restaurant and pay for people's food.
We could do that. Yeah.
We could do that.
How do we do that beyond the kitchen? How do we build community and pass on traditions apart from the kitchen? Yeah, because we're in the season, we're talking about feasts, but we're also in a season of fasting.
Yeah.
So if you're in a season of fasting, if you don't have the abundance, how do you still build community and pass on those traditions?
You probably have to find something in common with people besides food to do with them. Because you got to have something in common. If it's not the food, I think you need to have something else in common that you can build on from there.
Yeah, I think that's why church is so important.
Yeah.
Because it's something to encounter God with someone else. And I always like to say worship enables us to see a bigger view of God, because we each see God from a different angle. But when we're all together, it's heaven is opened. Yeah. Becky, thank you for sharing your recipe. Thank you for talking with me. Are you ready to go deliver some treats to the teachers? Sure. All right.
Mischief.